So we're back again. It's still just as pissing cold in here as it was last week. So I need another 10.5%. Bit of joy juice to help me through. Right, carbonating beer with your regulator and serving pressures and things like that. And obviously if you've got multiple keg setups with multiple taps, you need a manifold to obviously split the gas and share it between each of the kegs, which then means you've only got one control of pressure, which has got to be shared all the kegs. So you can't have one carbine up at 30 psi and then have your other two kegs at 2 psi unless you've got a secondary regulator. Now I do have a pub one in the shed. I have two actually, but the other one's rotted out, which I think is the acid that forms with CO2. So I've got a pressure gauge but no regulator, but I have one regulator but no pipe work or anything. So I was on the lookout for another one. There's one with a gauge and they normally pop up on eBay fairly regular, usually about 20-25 quid, and they're only a little square block. If you've seen new Homebrew Tom's, he's got two mounted on the side of his fridge. They're that sort of little thing, but just got a gauge on them and you use a little screwdriver to adjust the pressure on them. They're sort of obviously a brewery thing. The pressure's fixed, they set the screw, put the lock nut on, fit and forget sort of thing. So I've been after those with a view to making a small gas management board, so I can have a one in and then sort of two or three to control. Obviously you could have one and then a splitter going to two kegs for serving, and then another one for your bottling gun, or a third keg, or even a fourth keg if you want to split and have two doublers, or use it for carbing up an additional keg. So there's obviously some cost involved, even at the second hand value of 25 quid. You can buy two stage regulators which obviously bolt straight to your bottle and have two outlets and two regulators, and they're 85 upwards I think for a cheapish one. Or try and get hold of obviously an old pub setup, and I've watched a few of them on eBay. My neighbour has one 2 houses down, which is a Britvic one with a bare transformer, the pumps for the syrup, because it's a Britvic one for the, you know, the soda. It's like the full setup, but he wants 350 quid for it. There's another one on eBay exactly the same but without the accessories for 275. So I've been looking fairly fruitlessly at trying to find something like that ex-pub, or you know, a homebrew, a pub shed, whatever, or if not just trying to get hold of the little ones cheaply, and I ended up with this, which is the Britvic panel, exactly the same as is being asked 350 and 275 quid for. I managed to get hold of this one. I've purchased, because it didn't come, what happens with these is they have a flexible high pressure hose, comes straight out, connects to the gas bottle, so each one is individually regulated. You've got a gauge on the end like you would get on your regulator that fits to the bottle, which tells you the actual pressure from the bottle. Left hand thread in there. I ordered this for £2.9p, which is a US thread, screws into the block, and then it's a 3/8 push fit, so the gas hose can go straight in there, straight out of a bottle regulator, which I do have. And I picked this up for 25 quid. So I'm quite lucky with that one. So that will give me the option on 3 kegs, or if you wanted to use one of those little John Guest splitters, 2 kegs at the same pressure off of 1 reg, and one for a bottling gun and one for carbying up, whatever you want. So I was quite happy with that, plus I've got the other little one as well if I wanted to try and integrate that into the system. On a corny keg bar tap bar serving, I know several of you have got kegs and taps now. You need to think about cleaning your lines, and you've seen this little gadget that I bought a while back, which is the pet bottle carbonator, which you just cut a bit of your 3/8 gas hose and fit on the barb there, screw that on your bottle, put your gas in off your corny fitting, and pressurise your beer in the bottle. This one's machined in such a way that it would also take a liquid post, so you can connect the liquid tap pin and a hose to that one and obviously flush your system through. Now if you've watched this next video by Gaslight, and a few other people sort of took that theme, I've pinched the idea as well. I was shopping on Wilkinson's for some storage boxes. Couldn't get them. There'll be another little snippet in a little while on that. I got one from B&Q for 20 quid, and Wilkinson's do them for 15 quid. They're 145 litre, fucking huge, great boxes with wheels on and clips that go around the lid. I'll show you the clip in a little while, or end with that, if you need somewhere to store with your homebrew equipment. So basically, while I was on Wilkinson's, I bought this for $7.99, a little cheap garden sprayer. Probably overkill, it's a 5 litre one. So obviously you can put bare line cleaner in this, diluted down, or star sand. It's already obviously got the hose and the little garden sprayer. So I haven't took this off, so I don't know whether the hose is the right diameter, or I've got to warm it up. Take some fucking unscrewing. Fuck's sakes. All else fails, cut the fucker off with a knife. Now, I need to save that for another garden sprayer that I haven't got a lance for. Welcome back, by the way. I just fast forward or cut a bit out. Yeah, so basically we have our pipe, and when it's warm enough, or in the addition of some hot water, probably ain't going to go on this because it's about -2 outside, but you get the idea. That can go on there, your liquid post connected to there. Pump this up, run your line cleaner through, and clean out and sterilise your pipe work and your beer tap. So that is that bit. I think. So another little piece ticked off the list. So over to the storage solution. That's got about 60 kilos of various bits of grain in that one. This one currently is just over half full. There's 20 kilos of table sugar there. There's about another 15 kilos underneath there of brewing sugar and brew enhancers and spray malts galore. All there. They got wheels on them as well, and 2 little cuff locks and a little piece here if you want to cable tie them shut to keep the, or padlock them and keep the kiddies out of the way, fiddling about with things you don't want them to do. But I was just using them for a dry store for the grains and sugars and ingredients and whatnot. I thought that was a bit of a bargain at 15 quid. Ideal for your shed storage or whatever. If you're patient, you can get one for 15 quid, but they're always out of stock. So you have to do a little email notification and grab one when they come back in stock. Right. Let's go. See you next week.